This couple walked so the resilient Jenkins could run. In 2024, Leland Brown Jr., a 28-year-old service worker with a 7-year-old child that he barely sees, went viral after he shared he and his girlfriend lived in a storage unit.
Went into our new space. You can pretty much live in here during the day, and then at nighttime, you can't sleep in here, so we gotta go back to the tent. Storage is right next to our tent. It's amazing.
And it's climate controlled. Huge! It's absolutely huge. And we're finally gonna have a space to set up all our nice stuff.
I'm tired. You ready to get this left?
My tomato.
A little bit.
I haven't wanted ice water so bad in my life.
Taking all of this stuff out of our tent, put it into this new storage.
It's just gonna be a living space. There's not even gonna be storage. Barely. Tell me how we got this weird wall. I'm gonna hang stuff on it. I'm gonna make it my little artwork.
We can have a camera in here set up.
Oh. And I like that this is open.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Put up like Christmas lights.
Then we trying to figure out if this is like good enough to be sneaky and hide and stuff. We're trying to hide this. No, I don't think
I keep telling y'all, people that like to hide stuff, they don't incriminate themselves by posting evidence of them doing illegal activities. Y'all, on the other hand, like to do illegal activities and post it online and then be shocked that the police or the place that you illegally staying in kicks your behind out.
You want to let people know that you can get back here. If this was completely blocked off, then that means someone's behind the boxes. They're from making noise and stuff. Like, you see what I'm saying? We don't want that. We want people to know that, okay, somebody's back there. You can see the gap. But they can't see enough to know that somebody's living here.
I mean, they don't have to see it. They just got to go to your TikTok page and click your video and know you're staying there. Oh my gosh. Whew. If it wasn't for special people like you, where would I be?
If somebody was to come over here, they don't know nothing. I live in a storage unit because it's cheap in comparison to an apartment. Living here is actually really comfortable. I get a lot of things that I need and want to get done here. I can exercise. I can use the bathroom. I can play music anywhere in the unit. It's climate controlled in here, so it's nice and warm. This unit is 24 hours, so I can come here anytime I want, stay here as long as I need to. We can take naps if we need to and go to sleep. So this is our living space. Very, very grateful to have this space. And if we want to eat, I just cook right out front. Or we'll just prepare something cold inside of the unit. Sandwiches. If we want to get power, we use our power bank. They also have power here so we can charge our power bank. Me and my baby will live here as long as we need to until we get the shelter that we want. Because we're living here, now we can save up more money to get what we really want. We're in it for the long haul.
Good sir, I'm on a lotto or a sweetie train when they say broke boys don't deserve no kitty. I know that's right. You don't need to be in a relationship with nobody. You need to be at a job working because you got a child that you need to provide for. And she just is stuck on stupid as she want to be because it ain't no freaking way I'm staying up in the storage unit when I got parents. Her mammy and pappy want her at their house. He just can't be there. Wrong with you? You trying to struggle with a full-grown man whose master plan is to have you sleeping in a tent in a storage unit until he stack up his paper. Some of y'all ain't got the good sense God gave you.
We got kicked out of our storage unit.
Oh my gosh, I'm shocked.
Found out about my video. It went so viral. We ended up getting kicked out. Now we're just trying to figure out where to go and what we're going to do with all of our stuff. We're going to have to get a new storage unit. So yeah, we got kicked out. We just don't know what to do right now. We're trying to figure it out. It's a lot. It's a lot of uncertainty. We can't live here anymore. And we can't make videos in here anymore. Now all we have is a tent. And it's freezing cold outside. Can't live in a storage unit anymore. Figured I was gonna get kicked out, but I'm willing to take risks. You know, have a crazy come up, a great come up. And it was a risk. I was willing to take it so I can get out of here.
I don't know what's appealing about that. That just ticked me off. You're not going to take risks when it comes to my stability.
Looks like we're not going to go forward with renewing our lease with you guys because you broke like a couple rules in our rental agreement. So you have like 48 hours to remove all your stuff.
The units can't be utilized for housing purposes?
He was so shocked they got kicked out. It's amazing to me. So they made this video.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm frustrated, man. Like today's frustrating. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because we live in a tent, babe. Like, and we strong, but today, man, I mean, we gotta move all this stuff out of here and everything. Like, look at this storage unit, man. We gotta move all this stuff out of here, man.
Thank you so much, Loves, for the cash apps. You are
Yeah, we appreciate y'all. And the thing is, like, okay, like us getting kicked out the storage unit, okay. When the video got viral like that, I'm like, oh snap. They probably might find out and I get kicked out. Okay. But if we get kicked out, we must have got that famous that, wow, you know, we can take that fame and turn it into something bigger.
You went viral for the wrong reasons. But it don't matter when you chasing clout. And yes, it's your fault. I hope the check was worth it. Also, stop, and I'm going to say this louder for the people in the back. Stop donating your money to these clowns. They don't need your money. They don't want to work. This foolish man right here cost himself his job because he was chasing clout. He cost himself his living arrangement because he was chasing clout. They don't need your money. They don't need your sympathy. They right where they want to be. I got fired from taking food from work. That's so nasty to me. I'm sorry. I know you do what you gotta do, but so I did it again. Then, of course, he would take the food back to the tent. The biggest question you all are probably asking is, well, why are they homeless? Well, they don't want to follow rules. They want to do what they want to do, and they're not allowed to do it at their parents' residence. So they rather go sleep outside and live their best life.
The video explaining why we became homeless. Now we're going to explain why we're choosing to stay homeless. Why are me and Brianna choosing to stay homeless and live in a tent compared to living with family? The reason why we got kicked out is because our views are so extreme and different, and our family doesn't understand our perspective on life and how we think and how we move, and it slows us down because they're constantly trying to talk us out of our perspective and telling us how to move, and we just can't do what we want to do in our family's house.
Right, because you're living on someone else's dime. You need to follow rules in general and get yourself on your feet because you got a child that you got to provide for. She 21 years old. She should be graduating from college at this particular point, but she's choosing to be shacked up with a bum. And her mama and daddy probably told her, hey, you need to cut that crap out, take your behind to school, and we got you. But you got to leave him alone. No, I don't want to leave him alone. Now she up in a tent with you, and don't feel sorry for him. No, okay? He chose this life.
Listen, don't feel bad for me. You know why? Because I chose this shit. I fought for this shit. I fought against the rules that my dad gave me. I fought against the rules of my girlfriend's parents. That's why I'm the out here. Don't feel bad for me. Be inspired because I'm a fighter. I fight for the life that I want. I fight for the things that I want out of life. okay? I don't let anybody get in my way and their perspective on me and how they feel about me. I don't let that sway nothing. You don't like how I move? Okay, I'll live outside in the tent, in the heat, in the cold, in the freezing cold, in the blazing heat. I'm a fighter. I will push through to get the life and get the things I want out of life, because you only get one life. You only get one, and because I'm a fighter, I can't wait till I'm at rest.
He's operating on a different level of stupid that none of you should be inspired to be on. Regardless of where you are in life, you have to follow rules. They're in place for a reason. But you deciding to go against the grain and making life harder for yourself because you don't want to listen is foolish. Fools despise correction. It irks their soul. Sometimes you need to listen to get further in life. He's so busy trying to go against the grain that he's not providing for his family. Of course, they started a GoFundMe. Why? They were seeking to raise $10K to pay for a car and a roof over their head, and eventually the money would help them relocate and eventually secure a stable and secure location for his son to thrive. However, it's important to note that the son lives with the mother, thank God. And he needs to go ahead and secure him a job and stop putting his livelihood at risk so he can pay the mother child support, because while he out here playing all these games, his child still need a roof over his head, food and clothes that the mother is having to provide for on her lonesome, because he want to be a full-fledged bum chasing dreams.
Begin by extending our sincerest.
So they messed up on a GoFundMe and he posted this apology. This is only a little bit of the apology because he deleted it off Facebook and their original account got deleted.
I want to begin by extending our sincerest apologies to all who generously supported our cause on GoFundMe. It came off as like we're scamming people. Not once did I sit there and break down how on our GoFundMe I am asking for donations. That's not cool. As of right now, me and Brianna are staying with family members. We're not homeless anymore. We're not living in a tent anymore. We don't want that anymore. We finally are able to live with them.
Part of me feels as if this is rage bait and they're scamming, because they do have an out. If they wanted to do right and follow the rules, they would have them a place to stay. They could easily go back and stay with their parents, but that would require them to humble themselves. She would have to leave him alone because, according to him, he does not get along with her family due to his behavior and some of the things that he's done in the past. And he admitted that he has some relationships that he needs to mend with them. According to some of the comments that I've read, her family is wealthy and she's choosing to be out in the woods playing with a bum.
That's my baby over there. So many people keep saying, oh, get out the woods. My family keeps telling me you can't be out there. You need to find an apartment. The housing market right now, and then the inflation is crazy right now. To move out of a tent where I'm paying no rent into an apartment where I'm saving maybe $200 a month, it's not practical. It's not financially intelligent. We know how to move out here. We've been living out here for a year and a half now. Make money, stack up that money, live in a tent, pay no rent, stacking up cheddar to live better later. We want to get an RV too. We don't want to get an apartment, because an apartment, you're giving your money away to the company. Like an RV, you're investing into an asset. People be assuming, oh, you're homeless, that's so sad, and you're living in the woods. The decisions that we are making it's purposeful. You know, there's a reason why we out here. We're not just out here just to be out here. It's hard. We've been staying out here because we know we can save so much more money compared to living in an apartment. I mean, on an RV, because they're cheap. You can pay them off, you know, less than half the time that you take to pay off a house, a traditional house. So me and my girl live in the woods.
The cost of an RV depends on its type, size, and features. On average, towable RVs cost between $20,000 and $100,000, including travel trailers and fifth wheels. Motorized RVs start at $50,000 and can exceed $600,000, with luxury models reaching over $2 million. Good sir, y'all been hustling for over a year and y'all still ain't got no RV. Just like the resilient bums, they have a disdain for working. Especially him. When you're homeless and don't want or need a job,
I'm never getting a 9-to-5, ever. This 9-to-5 would slow down my entire process. It would make it where it's like, I have to go to work while I'm homeless, living in a tent. I gotta go use my energy to get to work. I don't have a car, so I have to ride my bike there or get an Uber, spend money. Okay, and that's time, 8 hours a day. Time, that's 8 hours of your day gone. and you come back, you're tired, and you're homeless in a tent. That's a lot. You know how much money I'm making working at a job? Like, compared to content creation, TikTok and YouTube, I'm never getting a job. For me to think like that.
Tell me how much you making, sir. Because if you was making that much, you should not be homeless. You and your girlfriend should be in a motel, hotel, or back with her parents. Oh, that's right. You all should be living in a cheap apartment since you making that much money on social media. But nah, you're not going to do that because you stacking your money, huh?
It's like going backwards. I'm retrogressing. We need people that work jobs. That's not me. I'm not doing that. I'm a CEO type of person. I'm a businessman. I want to run my own world, run my own business, do my own thing.
Okay.
I call the shots, not someone else. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times I think about getting a job, like, oh, I might have to get a job again one day because my videos might not do so well. Man, my videos are going to do amazing and they're going to get better because I'm going to keep studying. I just got finished studying Mr. Beast too. That man put me on. I am never getting a 9-to-5. I've been studying content creation for years. I'm never getting a 9-to-5, ever. I will never go back. I will work and work at being a great content creator and make great content for the audience. I'm homeless right now, but I'm not going to be homeless much longer, so y'all wait and see. I don't want a job. Oh my God.
And focus on providing for your children. It's cool to do social media. You can make some good money, especially if you have the subscriber base to do it. Cool. It has to be steps towards that. A lot of these big time YouTubers, etc., they did not just quit their job overnight to focus on this solely. They kept working and they kept hustling with YouTube on the side. And when the money they made on YouTube surpassed what they were making at their job and they could survive strictly off YouTube and the rest of their social media, that's when they transition. And I think a lot of people keep forgetting that. They want to be like him. Sir, you have someone that you need to be helping provide for. Listening to you talk, I understand exactly why them folks didn't want you up in a house, because you're foolish. It's all cool until it's not.
I'm so tired. I don't want to work at a job. Jobs suck. Jobs are boring. Oh my God, I can't do it anymore. Keyword, anymore. Anymore. I did it before. I had a job before, but you guys don't know my story. Oh my gosh. You guys don't understand my story. I have been working at jobs all my life, and you don't understand that.
I don't care about your villain origin story, sir. You're in this perpetual cycle of doing right and then going back to being homeless because you don't manage what you have properly. You and your girlfriend, and you will get into that later, have 3 sources of income. There's no reason why y'all should be back to being homeless again. But because she letting you lead the charge.
I just see this for what it is, and you're like, oh, this guy's a bum. He's a bum. This guy doesn't want to work. Correct. You guys don't understand me. What the? I bust my at these jobs, and they treat me like shit.
And so because he does not want to go back to his 9-to-5, their content revolves around them being homeless, surviving in the tent, as well as us getting a sneak peek into their relationship.
So much. Like, I really love Brianna. She's out with another guy right now. We're in an autonomous, open relationship, and I've never been happier. I truly love her. I'm happy that she's learning herself and having her experiences at 23. That's my baby. She is so wise beyond her years. She is so beautiful. And she is so sweet and loving and caring, and like, she's so understanding and open-minded. This whole open relationship thing, autonomous relationship, has taught me how to love myself better. Like, you know, let go of attachment, fear of abandonment, exclusivity. All you got is yourself. That's all you need is yourself. If Brianna left me, I shouldn't feel empty.
You shouldn't.
Like, I shouldn't feel empty because Brianna left me. I should feel like I'm sad and everything. I love Brianna. At the same time, I shouldn't be like, oh, I'm nothing without her. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff, like, Brianna is just amazing. I love Brianna.
Y'all nasty. I don't know what type of content she makes on her OF. I don't know if this dude is out here pimping her out and letting her go have these experiences with these men so she can bring back some dough to him. I don't know. Do I think he loves her? No, I don't. Because if you love somebody, you wouldn't keep having them in these crazy positions. They may have some type of trauma bond, but she could also just be rebelling against her parent. And then when she gets a little bit older, she's going to go back, clean up her image, and marry her a good white man. That's what she going to do. Him, on the other hand, he going to continue to be a bum, and he going to get him another fat white woman. There you go. Man, why you say it like that? Because that's what's about to happen.
She's having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. I'm chilling. She's autonomous. Whatever she do is whatever she do. While she's doing whatever I do is whatever I do. If I decide to talk to some women, I'm going to do that. Now, do I want to do that right now? No. I'm not interested in talking to women. I'm interested in talking to myself. I'm trying to dig deeper in here. And I'm going to clean up for my baby. I love my baby. I'm going to clean up for Brianna. Get it cleaned up in here. I wanted to come back to a nice joint. I wanted to smell good in here. It smell like feet in this.
And maybe you need to wash your feet and wash your nasty behind if it's stinking up in there. He's saying open relationship, so he ain't got to think about some of the stuff he letting her go out there and do. She went from looking like this, boom. Oh my gosh, man. There you go. There you go. I don't know how much she charging. I most definitely will not be paying to see her exclusive content, but it is what it is. And yes, they have been successful on social media. Do they make money from all of their endeavors? Yes, they do. They make pretty decent money, actually, which, according to some of these videos.
TikTok to be the only form of income, and that's what I've been trying to change since we started making money on TikTok. Like our only big form of income. Like, we get incomes doing other stuff, but that's not, like, I can't quit my day job with that. TikTok is like, I have this fear. This is where the worry comes in. I have this fear of having to go back to a job because I don't want to work a job and be under someone else's agenda and go back like that. Like, that's like that's like going back. That'll be a lot for me to handle. I mean, TikTok might get banned, might not, or what if it don't get banned? Okay, you're not getting enough views, it's not hot no more. Like this constant, like, I did not care about that stuff in the beginning. So what helps me conquer that worry is like doing day trading. Okay, you focus on day trading, you get money doing that. You're not so focused on TikTok. TikTok's not your only.
At one point, his fear did become a reality because their original account got banned because he showed her feet.
We got banned on TikTok for showing my girl's feet while she was sleeping, and we lost $7,000. We were gonna get $5,000 on the 15th of August. That is literally in a couple of days. That's tomorrow right now. And now we're not getting that because we got banned. And we were gonna get $2,000 on the next check.
So it's $5,000 this check, and then like tomorrow, and then $2,000, and it was still calculating more for the month after, for September.
Yeah, we made videos getting 30 million views. We had one video that was over 30 million views, had like 32 million, hitting 33 million. One video had 26.7 million views. And now we're not getting that because we got device and IP banned on TikTok. So I made a new account on TikTok, and they banned that one too. So we cannot make an account right now. We're gonna wait it out because we don't want to make an account right now because TikTok has their eyes on us. So we're gonna wait it out and wait to see if, like, later on we'll make another account using a different IP address, and I'll have a new phone. I'm gonna get a new phone so we can circumvent the device ban and the IP ban.
I always tell you, stop telling your business, just do. He's always at fault for them losing money. And she just sitting up there nodding her head going along with it. Which lets me know that the elevator ain't going all the way to the top with her either. I'm not gonna be cool with you costing us $7,000. At all. I be dang. But see, he ain't worried about it because they living up in that tent. But if we getting $7,000, we getting $5,000 a month, we gonna have to live in an apartment. I'm not doing no more tent content with you. Ain't no freaking way I'll be out there baking in the sun, dealing with them insects.
Oh, wait. So
I'll still be making content and posting content on my TikTok, and he's gonna be helping me with that. we'll still go live. I'll usually run the live, but sometimes, we'll be in it together. But yeah, that was a major loss in our income. So
yeah, and Brianna helped me be very positive, and I was very negative about it. I was very upset, but I don't want people reporting us, because that's why we got banned. We got banned because people were reporting me for messing with my girl while she was sleeping, and they're happy about it. They're like, "Oh yeah, we got him banned, and that's awesome." And then then when we made a new account, they're like, "Yeah, let's get the new account banned." He's trying to circumvent the ban.
TikTok in general is just a very hateful platform.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who get away with a lot of terrible. And then there's people who get banned for stupid. So, yeah, and that's crazy. We don't get nearly as much negativity on Instagram or YouTube. So.
And what else is crazy too is we found this out later, but we have, at the time we were running a TikTok business account. So business accounts are stricter.
They're very strict about their community guidelines and
yeah, like you have to follow, like if you have a business account, you have to follow the guidelines. If you
Okay then. So why didn't you just get off your live when you seen people reporting you so you could protect the bag? If you know they're very strict, then you need to follow the rules. Something you don't like to do. You got 1,710 followers, man. You talking about I'm gonna go live on my account and you're putting all of the work into this Fullestness account. And I'm just going to give you a heads up. You never want to do that. You want to build up your own platform because you and him can break up all the money up unless y'all have an agreement in place, and people are going to be asking where you are. That's why y'all got to be careful with who you building with.
have a personal account on TikTok, if you don't follow the guidelines, like they're just not as nitpicky on you. Like they're not as like concerned about you following the guidelines as heavily. Business accounts are more strict.
We've seen some pretty crazy things happen on TikTok Live.
Yeah, and TikTok videos.
Yeah.
We've seen people do all types of stuff on there.
It's
and they didn't get in trouble. I mean, we felt some type of way about that. We're like, how come they can do stuff and we can't? And there's people that have way more followers than us. We lost 377K followers. We're struggling to get an RV because it's hard to find one. What's the issue again?
Brianna has been studying how to get an RV while I content created on Fullness TikTok, but now it's gone. Oh well, that's the cost of doing business. That's like if you was running a regular business and you sit up there and you violated health and safety protocols and the government come up in your piece and they shut that sucker down because you ain't following the rules. You gonna lose a whole bunch of money. And guess who fault that is? Yours. This was August 17th, 2024 when this person reposted this. Y'all ain't got an RV now. Why is that?
So the issue with the RV is there is no long-term living for RVs in our area. There's a few places that do that, but they are totally booked out. They have long wait lists. Like it doesn't seem like we're going to get there anytime soon. So we're kind of just thinking about, waiting it out, maybe staying in the tent for another year and a half, and then just being able to, because after 2 years, I don't know why I did 4. After 2 years on making money on social media and stuff like that, you can technically like claim it as like a business, and then you can get loans. We can think about maybe getting a mortgage on a house or land, a land loan, something like that.
Y'all not uncomfortable enough for me. Because ain't no freaking way I'll be sitting up there talking about, oh, we may have to stay in this tent for 2 more years. No, we not. I don't like being hot. I don't like being extremely cold. And I most definitely do not like insects. I don't like nature that much. Y'all need to go get y'all an apartment and a job and stack up towards your RV. And maybe you got to move outside of your area to a place that has more places that are RV friendly. There's no reason why y'all can't move out of that area because y'all don't have no job. If you wanted to be closer to family, you could come visit them, get you a motorized RV.
As of right now, though, our options are slim to none. And if we get an RV, or I'll say a motorhome. If we get a motorhome, we could technically like travel around and stuff like that, but that would be very difficult. We have to stay close to his son, and it's just the options that we were looking into are feeling.
Ma'am, you got all the options in the world. You got the complexion for the protection. You got that privilege on your side. Drop this bum that got all these issues. Leave him alone. Separate yourself and go live your best life. You're young, wasting your good years on this bum that got all of these plans that don't be panning out. You can do better. Because we got to be close to his son. If he cared so much about his son, he wouldn't be doing what he doing.
Very bleak right now.
We might not even get an RV. We might actually consider getting an apartment.
But we're also struggling with that because I have the credit. You know, it's just...
Leland's credit took a hit due to homelessness, leaving him dependent on Brianna's credit. Brianna, run. Do not let him mess up your credit. He went young and dumb for a reason. He wanted you away from your parents because they was leading you in the right direction, telling you not to do that.
It's just difficult.
At first, losing TikTok, we felt defeated, but then we started thinking about how we have YouTube. We have tons of subscribers on YouTube. There's no need to feel defeated. She has tons of fans on her account. How do I word that? On her account. And she has tons of fans on her like service that she's doing. She reached the requirement of getting paid on TikTok, which is 10,000 followers. So the other requirement is like having like a certain amount of views and a certain amount of days, which we just got to go viral, which I could do that on her account. We're going to make content on her account. Like we're not defeated. We still get passive income from social media, from YouTube and from her service. And a good amount of money we still get from these income streams. TikTok was a big one, but all because it's over doesn't mean that we're defeated and we're not making as much money as we were before because we lost TikTok. That's all. We're just not making as much money because we lost TikTok, but we're not defeated on the money. Like we still get money from social media, but moving out, money or not, is going to be difficult. It's not about money. That's why we haven't moved out yet. It's about proof of income. It's about credit and availability and all that.
Oh, so it's rules that you have to follow. It's rules you have to follow, huh, Leland? That hurts your heart for somebody that doesn't like rules. There are certain requirements that you have to meet when you want to do these things. And that's your problem. You be hopping into stuff, but you don't be thinking it through. And you got this young hanging on to every single word you say. It's just not gonna happen for you, ma'am. Run. He's 28 years old. It's like he's stunted somewhere because he's not critically thinking. How do you not know that you're gonna have to have proof of income? Duh. Of course your credit matters. You've been working. You done been there, done that. You don't want to go back to that no more. Now you seeing what life really is.
Yeah, so losing TikTok is a big income stream, but it's not necessarily, honestly, really speeding. Like, it's not going to get in the way of our process of getting an RV, really. Like, because that's not why we're not moving out. It's not about money. Very frustrated that people are wanting to see us. It frustrated me that, you know, people want to see us down bad and they don't want us to move out and they're hating on us, reporting us.
Nah, I want y'all to go get it how y'all live. She already getting it how she lives. She chasing a bag. So she giving you an extra income. Now we're going to get into how they were really living.
This is the shopping mall that we live in front of. And if you go all around, that's the fence to the tent. Look at that. See? This is where we live. Smells like a fresh new tent.
Yeah, we're done.
Shout outs to you, because he be working the mess out of her. After he made the video showing the location of their tent, they were forced to move. Like I said, his foolishness always costs them their stability, whether it be money or their location to sleep.
That is crazy.
Ugh.
Looks like I'm doing it too.
It'd be crazy work if they filmed those videos in the same exact day and used it as raised bait so they can pretend like they're homeless. That's a possibility too. Because I don't ever recall them having a U-Haul before, but it is what it is.
Me and him, we don't hesitate. 24 hours? Alright, we'll get it done in 2.
Oh my gosh, really? You sure showed us something.
You're not trying to get stung. Gotta be quick.
So y'all was on the ant bed or something? A bee? Ugh.
Last stretch, yo.
Yo, that was absolutely crazy, bro.
So all them bees?
They got the yard cut and everything. I think that's their parents' backyard. I ain't gonna lie.
Cut it.
It's our new spot. A little bit of stuff left. We trying to hurry up for the cops get over here.
Why? If you so concerned about the cops, why are you filming yourself? There are people that live in your community that can pinpoint your location, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to snitch on you because they're not cool with this nonsense either. So you ain't bathed today. That's all that's letting me know. God, Tony. Nah, I know it's stinking up in there. Because ain't no freaking way. It's like the resilient bums. They were always showing content of them cleaning out their tent and cooking. They finally got them a hotel room and they were dumb excited. They got them a hotel for $2,000 a month. That's way too expensive. Not for these ballers.
For $2,000 a month, that's way too expensive. Hot water, free. Wi-Fi, free. Cable, free. cleaning services, free toiletries and personal care, free breakfast, free and consistent electricity. Free. We know it's included in the rent. We can use as much as we want. We can use it without having to worry about how much we're using. You'll never get that from an apartment. Never. It just comes down to being comfortable living in a small space.
Now you got some apartment buildings that give you free Wi-Fi.
Which we already did consistently for 26,280 hours. The current housing market crisis pushed us to make this decision to live in this hotel. And we are so grateful that we found this out. And we have more freedom here because we don't have to clean and we're not trapped into a lease like an apartment. We can stay here as long as we want, as long as we pay the rent on time. So glitz and glamour, folks. We're living in a studio hotel paying $2,000 a month with utilities included, circumventing the housing market crisis.
And shout outs to you. You still paying rent. But shout outs to you. You got the freedom for month to month. That's all that really is. You could have been doing this. But you live and you learn. And I hope your day trading works out great for you. I hope Brianna is able to still get her how she live with her OL. Because I know you up in there spending her money. But somehow it came tumbling down because they're being evicted from their hotel room. Can you believe it?
We're about to be homeless. And our main focus is to just stack up credit, not save a lot of money. So me and my girl been talking because it's like, we're not planning on being homeless that long. We're only going to be homeless like most 3 months. We want at least 3 months, like worst case scenario. We're not trying to be homeless that long. We're actually getting equipment for it soon. We're going to go to Walmart and get the tent and get all this stuff to set up the spot. I would like to get a hotel because another hotel, and we're going to get a nicer one, and we can stack up credit. It's not about saving money. Like, yeah, we'll be paying like $3,000 plus a month at this hotel. So what? We can make the money. We will be saving still $300 to $500 a month with all our bills paid. The meantime, we're stacking credit though. We're paying off all our credit cards. We're paying off loans, like so we can get a tiny home and get land. So the main thing that we're really concerned about is credit. And what we really want to stack up is our credit line.
Bro, it's a brand new year and y'all still stuck on that nonsense. Y'all been doing social media for this long period of time. Y'all didn't get the RV. Now you talking about you want to do a tiny house and land. Y'all do not like paying your bills. That's why you getting booted out of a hotel. You have to start from somewhere. If you paid your bills and stacked up your credit and doing what you was supposed to do there, you wouldn't be having these problems. You too dang on old for the same foolishness. Frontal lobe ain't fully developed, but you need to listen to your parents, almost called this girl Nasty. Brianna, this is a fool.
Our loan history and everything. Saving money and everything. People ask you how much savings you got. Savings is good. It's just that shouldn't be the main focus. It should be credit because that's how we're gonna get these homes in this land. We're gonna use loans. We're not paying cash. We're about to be homeless.
Your saving matters because you might fall on hard times. And if you plan on getting land and building a tiny home, you need to have money available for a down payment. It's not just about your credit. You need to put forth something. And based on what we seen, your credit isn't that great. You're relying on her credit. We're about to be homeless in 3 weeks or so.
We're not gonna have a bathroom. We're not gonna have a tub. We're not gonna have a mirror. We're not gonna have a toilet. And we're not gonna have a bed. Sorry, baby. Not gonna have hard floors.
He ain't sorry.
We're not gonna have walls. Not gonna have a door. Don't feel bad for us because we gonna be good. We was homeless for 3 years. We can handle it again. We're not gonna have electricity. We're not gonna have AC or heat. We're not gonna have a refrigerator or a freezer. We're not gonna have cabinets to put our stuff in.
I would have left him. I wouldn't be doing that at all because you deserve better. Both of y'all deserve better. He is cool with instability, and that's a huge red flag. Your goal is to constantly elevate. It's not to go backward at all. He's a clown. I'm sorry, babe. You ain't sorry enough. Because if you was that sorry, you would have went and got a job and got a how you live plus continued your social media journey.
We're not gonna have a microwave. We're not gonna have a sink with access to water.
Clean different.
We're not gonna have chairs to sit on.
We'll always have each other. Psh, you wouldn't have me. You ain't about to be playing with my money. You would have been stuck in that tent by yourself. I would have went back with my parents with the half of the money that I earned.
We about to be homeless in the dead of winter. It's gonna be cold. And the thing is, we was homeless dealing with negative 11 degrees. We can handle adversity. We are tough. We're strong. We're survivors. We can do this. This is not even hard for us. We already found a spot. That tent is about to be cozy. It's gonna be cozier than your home. Watch. You gonna
No, it's not. Because I got access to running water. I got access to a toilet. I got access to electricity, Wi-Fi. I have access to all of those amenities that you just claimed that you was giving up. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. You don't have to prove that you're tough. Why do you want to go back to trauma? You don't have to keep putting yourself in these tough positions. I don't feel sorry for you. I feel like y'all operating on a different level of stupid with no sign of coming down to reality. Wisdom keep chasing y'all and y'all keep running faster. When is enough going to be enough? We survived a negative 11 degrees. Okay, I ain't trying to survive it again. I ain't trying to acclimate to that weather again. I don't want to be in a freezing cold.
wish you was in our tent in contrast to your home with how cozy we gonna have it set up in there. It's gonna be nice in there. Watch, we gonna live the simple life. It's not gonna be all this stuff in there. It's gonna be cozy in there. Like, you come in there, it's like, whoa, you take your jacket off. I can get butt naked in that joint because it's so cozy. I can get butt naked in there. That's how cozy it's gonna be. I can get butt naked in there. That's how cozy it's gonna be in the tent. We gonna be homeless and living good, no rent, nothing. We gonna be comfortable. Watch, y'all think it's twisted. Watch how good we gonna be outside. We gonna be better outside than we was ever in here. We about to be homeless in the.
You missed me with
What
that.
I would consider is at that spot with the bench and stuff, the one where there's Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
right? We do like a pop-up tent situation there, right?
Okay.
And like only at night, so that we can work there.
Okay.
But we leave the other one up, and that's like where we sleep and stuff.
So we take it down every day though.
No. Wait, which one?
The pop-up tent.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So we set up a tent every day and we take it down every day.
That depends on, honestly, that only really depends on if
what?
there's no Wi-Fi in that spot.
I don't know if y'all was high when y'all made this video or you about to go ahead and lay some pipes so she could just go ahead and fall in line with the ignorance that you selling her. Because if anybody that actually listened to you, they could tell that you a dang on fool. She stuck on D and lies. Whatever you say. Girl.
I thought we have internet, mobile data. Right?
Mobile data.
He kissing on her because he letting her know she gonna have to increase her output on oil. That's what that is. You seeing it's a pimp working his magic.
But you know, at the one spot that's next to that, that's the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no 5G over there. Remember?
But
We're getting evicted in 14 days left.
We're getting evicted in 14 days.
We just got the court papers.
I've been evicted before, so I know the drill.
Oh, no.
We owe like 3,000 plus. Almost $4,000, right?
That's where we're at right now, but we still have to fill out we have to pay for the full time that we reserved. So that will be close to $6,000.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out where y'all money then went. Cause just a few months ago, y'all was making $5,000 from TikTok. Y'all making money off of YouTube. Where's y'all money going? You was bragging about only having to pay $2,000 a month. So you got the money. Why ain't you been paying your bills? I don't know if y'all up in there consuming any types of substances, but y'all need to stop.
So we'll have to get on a payment plan for that.
Yeah, we're gonna be homeless for at least 3 months to stack up some money and pay that back as fast as we possibly can.
So with the next little bit of time that we have, we're going to be packing up in here, cleaning up, getting it brand spanking new. And then we're going to start setting up the tent, clearing out a space and getting ready for...
Oh, you had you a whole little makeup kit. I see you over here. You gonna have to put this back in your storage because that can't be up in the tent with you. But then again, it could.
us to move in.
We're going
New homeless spots. We gotta cut down all this plant life. She's got some good tools to cut down all this plant life, make it easy for us. This spot is in the cut. Don't nobody know where we at. This is a really good stealth homeless spot. Okay, we're gonna stay here for at least 3 months, stack up some cheddar and live better later. Go get a nice hotel and stack up our credit when we get the hotel. I mean, there should be no reason why we get caught here. I mean, look at this spot. It's so dense. Look at this. We're getting really excited to set everything up. And honestly, we've been homeless before, so this is nothing. This is way easier than last time. Last time we were homeless, we didn't know what to do. Now we're trained and adept. We have skills. We know how to survive. We just had to find a good spot. That's honestly the hardest thing. Is just find a spot that's out the way that nobody knows about. That's
Brianna, if I were to find a spot, it'll be in my mother's and father's home because I am not sleeping outside on any occasion, and I dang sure wouldn't be sleeping out there during the winter.
mission accomplished. So now we're just gonna set up everything. We're gonna take our time to cut down all this life that's in our way with the tent. We're gonna do that while we're still at the hotel, and then just come back here and set up the tent. So this is our new homeless spot. We gotta cut down all this plant life. She's got some good tools to cut down all this plant life, make it easy for us. Evicted in 13 days. We owe $6,000, and every time we stay here is another $80. So they keep stacking it up. So by the time we out of here, we might be at 10 grand. We did some work today at our new spot, chopping down the plant life. We're setting up our homeless spot with precision.
So rude.
We don't want anybody seeing us back there, so that's what we've been doing today. We still got to pack up all our stuff today. We're taking every single day that we're here at this hotel to go to our spot and just set it up piece by piece, little by little, small steps. The key to motivation is small steps, and we definitely don't want to have to do with doing all of that work at once. Going to stack up this.
You said the key to success is small steps. Why didn't you take the small steps initially, Leland? Small steps would have been you abiding by your parents' rules until you stacked your paper and you can get out on your own into an apartment that you and your girlfriend could afford, and where you can make your own rules for how y'all want to live. Silly me. Then you couldn't film yourself getting booted from a storage unit, losing your job for stealing food, getting booted from your tent because you exposed your location, and filming yourself surviving the weather and cleaning your tent out on a daily basis. How dare I mess up your savvy business plan? What is wrong with me? The disrespect. I'm going to put some respect on your name.
Money living in the tent, pay no rent, stack up that cash pile, just cash pile. And get another hotel, because an apartment, the credit, we won't have the good credit to get an apartment, and stack up our credit once we get the hotel.
Ain't no joke.
The goal is to save at least $10,000 before we leave. Good sir, if you're able to come up with $10,000, wouldn't it make sense for y'all just to go ahead and pay the hotel what you owe them and go to a different hotel and live there throughout winter? Like, something is wrong with y'all.
Getting evicted in 11 days. We owe like $4,000 and we have to pay in full. That's why we can't pay it, because the full amount, we don't have it right.
Y'all just wasn't paying y'all bills because it was only $80 a night. So y'all been there for 2 months, not paying nothing.
Now, this is how much we'll owe when we get evicted. So we're choosing to be homeless because we want to stack up cash. We're young entrepreneurs. We're still learning how to run a business.
Multiple businesses.
It's me and my girlfriend together. We're in a romantic relationship. How many people you know that are in a romantic relationship that run a business? It's not easy.
A whole bunch of people that actually run their business and do what they supposed to do because they follow the rules of the land and they actually use their brain. They don't sit up there and make excuses as to why they're getting kicked out of places. Stability matters, especially when you're building a business. 8 hours of sleep is crucial. It helps you focus better throughout the day. Y'all, on the other hand, think that y'all are going to thrive in instability. Y'all could have been paying that rent, but y'all chose not to because y'all just don't want to do right. It'd be simple stuff. And you keep talking about business. And y'all talking about, we're trying to learn how to run a business. It's been a year and y'all ain't learned yet.
It's hard. So me and her are choosing to be homeless to learn how to run a business the right way. When we're living in a tent, no one's around us, no one's distracting us except ourselves. Okay? And me and her are learning how to be a unit. Okay? We're going to be stacking money, and we're going to get out of there and then get another hotel because our credit isn't good enough. And we're going to stack up our credit when we get a hotel. People aren't understanding.
You just messed up your credit because y'all didn't want to pay the rent at the hotel y'all was at. And it was month to month. So your credit just took a hit. This is some foolishness. These are things that you can avoid. Ma'am, you need to run. You gonna look back on these videos, Brianna, and you gonna be like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I must have lost my mind. Because ain't no freaking way.
You could be homeless too. You know, a lot of people judge us, but there's people out here that are 2 paychecks away, 1 paycheck away from being in our situation right now, and they didn't choose it. Okay? People are afraid of what they don't understand. It's easier to judge and put blame on people than to be understanding, you know?
It's not for a lack of understanding. I understand exactly what you're doing. You're creating content off of your instability. You're in a position that you're in because that's where you want to be. It's not because you lost your job. It's not because something bad happened to you. It don't have nothing to do with the housing market crisis because you was never a candidate for the housing market to begin with. You did not have the funds. And even if you trying to be a candidate in a housing market, your credit is in the trash. Because of dumb stuff like this. You talking about build up our credit, build up our credit. You been building up your credit for a year and getting evicted from a hotel. Make that make sense. You can't even show that you'll pay the rent in a hotel. So how you gonna pay your mortgage?
The market crisis is crazy right now. It's really expensive. It's difficult. So what we're doing isn't far-fetched. You know, living outside to save money. It's expensive out here. And me and her want to go the entrepreneur route because a 9 to 5 is not going to pay us enough money to do things that we want to do. It'll help us survive, and that's it. We want to do more than just survive. We want to live our life and be comfortable too.
You're being an entrepreneur right here, and you're barely surviving, and you're not doing the things that you want to do. 9 to 5 offer you stability. And if you build up your businesses outside of your 9 to 5, then you could do what you want to do. I get so sick and tired of people talking about, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur, and you ain't really about that life. Sometimes you working more than 40 hours a week and you ain't bringing in nothing because you have to build up your clientele. He talking about social media. He an entrepreneur on that. You could put out a video and you might not get a whole bunch of views because you don't control the algorithm. Sometimes it's in your favor, sometimes it's not. Right now it's Christmas, so the ad revenue is extremely high. At the beginning of the year, the ad revenue is going to be down because they didn't spend so much during the holiday season. So you got to be prepared for the different seasons and how that affects your business. It's not easy. It's a risk.
At the same time, living outside is not that uncomfortable either. It's an adventure and it's fun, and it's another step towards our goals. Living outside, we can deal with the elements, the heat, the cold. We can live without. So don't get it twisted because, yeah, it's not as comfortable as this. It's just I can survive and be comfortable in the tent too. Just this is more comfortable. Just levels of comfort. We're getting evicted in 11 days. We owe like $4,000 and we have to pay in full. That's why we can't pay it, because the full amount, we don't have it right now. This is how much so we're getting evicted in 12 days now. They're suing us for $6,000. Right?
Just about, yeah. We currently owe $4,000, something like that. But the full stay, the full amount that we've already signed our contract for is a little under 6,000. Let's say that. Yeah.
We're packing up all our stuff here so we can move out of the hotel and be homeless. Look, tent. So we're gonna be living in a tent. In the meantime, you playing Fortnite, chilling and relaxing. Look, this is our gamer tags. We just vibing, just trying to relax, because once we homeless, you know, we're gonna be doing a lot of setting up. And the chainsaw broke today. Well, it didn't break, but we have to set up the chainsaw because we're cutting down a lot of plant life and the chainsaw is not working. So we gotta figure out what's going on. We're gonna use ChatGPT for the instructions because I don't know how it works.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love that.
That French toast look dumb good. Where y'all get that from? Y'all ain't eating like y'all
Getting
about to be
evicted
evicted,
in
boy.
8
Go ahead.
days because we got too comfortable here at this hotel because we were homeless for 3 years. And then we came here, so we got way too comfortable. Imagine being homeless in a tent, dealing with all of the elements, freezing temperatures, freezing hot, super hot. I mean, bugs, all this different stuff. And then you go to a hotel, you got AC now that we're not paying for. You got TV now, you got electric and all this stuff. You get comfortable, and then we making thousands of dollars because we're entrepreneurs from YouTube and her service. And we was blowing money. We blew the bag. Now, a lot of these people that's on here that's talking about us, y'all living, the people that's living average talking about us, why y'all average? Because you blew your check, right? Oh, yeah.
No, they're just regular people. You blew a bag because you're mentally stunted. She 23. It's high likelihood you're probably 30 now. And you're still on some childish nonsense. She out here hustling, selling cheeks. And you out here spending her money being ignorant. When the only thing y'all had to do was put a little bit over $2,000 away so y'all can afford to have a place to stay. But instead of y'all doing that, because she letting you control the bag, why I don't know. Because ma'am, you could do bad all by yourself. You out here getting it how you live, selling cheeks, and he out here living his best life, ain't exposing himself. You got to do better.
Like I thought, oh, so you saying that the 9 to 5 you have, yeah, you're stable, you have the house, the place you have, right? Okay, but are you making the money that you really want to make? Like, are you saving the money that you really want to save?
They may not have everything, but they have a roof over their head. I get so sick and tired of people that's on social media trying to make it seem like having a 9 to 5 is a horrible thing. When the people that work the 9 to 5, people that own small businesses, etc., they make the world go round. There's nothing wrong with having stability. Everybody don't want the hardships of being an entrepreneur. You shouldn't be comparing yourself to them because you making so much money and yet and still you up here talking about you about to be evicted because you have poor money management skills. You got all of this freedom and yet and still you constantly running online talking about, oh, we got too comfortable. Oh, we're going homeless. Oh, we're living in a tent. Blase, blase, blase. And talking about building your credit.
Are you balling right now because you blow your check? We blew our check too, and we're entrepreneurs. So a lot of people are 1-2 paychecks away from being homeless too. A lot of people are not responsible with their money. That's what I'm getting at. People blow their money. We blew our money. It's normal. We're learning how to get better with our money though, and not blow our check. We make thousands of dollars.
Apparently not.
Spend as much as we make.
But you're not spending it on the stuff that matters.
We evicted in 5 days, and we're going to be homeless again. Because we're beating the system. We're going to beat the system by avoiding paying rent. This system got people paying high rent and struggling. They don't have time to spend time with their family to do the things that they need to do for themselves or want to do. It's messed up, and we're beating the system by living outside and by being entrepreneurs and having all this time. We're avoiding the 9 to 5. Okay, we're avoiding rent right now. We're not dealing with all that because we want more time to focus on ourselves and focus on this.
Leland, just shut up. You keep saying you beating the system and you're not. As an entrepreneur, you gotta pay taxes just like everybody else. You gotta pay health insurance just like everybody else. You have to work hard just like everybody else. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, you can work and not get paid. It can be rewarding, but it can also be stressful because you're constantly thinking about your business. It's hard to sometimes step away because that's the income that you rely on. And it's crazy work to me that this special individual keep talking about beating the system that he's a part of. You're not beating the system, you're feeding into it. You constantly trying to escape accountability. There are basic rules that everybody has to follow. Even if you own your house, you still have to pay taxes on the land. You're being booted because you did not want to pay $2,000 something a month for your living arrangement, even though you had the money to do so. You're just foolish. You just a foolish man at your big age. Y'all both could do better if y'all wanted to.
Business, scaling the business to the top, and we're gonna scale the business without getting our hands dirty. Okay, so we don't mind taking a longer route. We don't mind being uncomfortable, which honestly the tent gonna be comfortable anyway. We're gonna have it set up.
Y'all scaling a business. What business are y'all scaling? Leland. She's selling cheeks. You gonna join her? Then y'all gonna create a media company of people that's also willing to sell their cheeks, and you gonna charge them a fee because they using your brand name. That's how y'all gonna scale the business. What? You got Fullestness, and you gonna have other homeless people take on your name, Fullestness Detroit, Fullestness New York, and then you gonna charge them for licensing your name? That's how you scaling your business? I'm listening, because this ain't it.
Crazy in there. She's smart. She got it set up to where we're gonna be so warm in the winter. You might want to stay out there longer. It's so comfortable. It's goofy. We got 5 days to move all this stuff. We're getting evicted in 5 days, and we're gonna be homeless again. Evicted in 4 days, so we're gonna chill and relax today. Because when we get evicted, we're gonna be homeless again, and we're gonna be doing a lot of work. So it's time to relax the muscles and chill and relax the brain, de-stress. We've been doing a lot of stressing because of what's coming down the pipeline. She's sick and not feeling well, and it's interesting because when we're homeless, we're not gonna be around anybody. So the chance of being sick is actually lower, even though it's cold. And that's the thing. We're gonna combat the cold very well. So we're not even gonna be cold. We're gonna have a tent in the tent with all this extra stuff. We made a video about that. So we're not even gonna be cold, and we're not even gonna be around people. So she's sick because she's around people. I just think it's interesting that getting an apartment, a hotel, anything like that, higher chance of getting sick right now. And that interesting how being homeless, you can avoid sickness easier. Gotta move all this stuff into storage unit.
Some of it's going to the tent.
And we're gonna be homeless again. So we're packing up all this stuff in this hotel and cleaning up today. We won't be completing this today. This is way too much work. So we're going to do it in pieces. This is day 1. We're going to finish the rest tomorrow.
So reading will be a big deal.
Yeah, we're going to bring that to the tent.
This is my technique for packing dress clothes. Little mini chairs to the tent.
We're not bringing nearly as much stuff to the tent as we brought last time. We got a court date for the eviction and we're not going. They could kick us out even if we pay. We want to get this stuff cleaned and packed up in 2 days before we get evicted. So me and her have to get really, really focused. We did a lot of break and resting. Setting up to be homeless is a lot of work.
Our goal was to get this whole room packed up. Unfortunately, I was extremely sick and he was coming down with something too. So we just,
I hope you ain't got that 9-month sickness. I hope it ain't that.
took medicine, rested up. Now we're just making up for lost time.
Evicted today.
Today.
We're going to be homeless again very soon.
Very soon.
Today we had court and we didn't show up, so they evicted us immediately.
Which means we only have 10 days to get ready and get out of here.
The hotel manager asked us why we didn't show up to court, and we told him because we have nothing to defend. And he said, well, if you would have showed up, they could have worked something out with you. And we told him we don't want to get anything worked out because we're choosing to be outside to be homeless. And he looked at us like, wow, okay. Well, I'm excited to watch your story because he knows about our YouTube and everything. So he said, whatever you choose to do, that's your decision. And I asked him if he felt disrespected by us not showing up. And he said, not at all. He said, that's your decision. It's just, I looked at it like, why show up if we're not going to pay for anything right now? Just evict us.
And if we're not looking to get extra days out of it. I mean, we are trying to get out there as soon as possible. Just get this out of the way and get this done with. And it is an adjustment period because it is cold and we got comfortable here, so it's gonna take some time to kind of get used to it again. So we just want to get that out.
We owe $6,000 plus, and if we pay, we could still not stay. So I'm not gonna pay the hotel that amount of money. We're gonna use that money instead for our homeless journey.
Yes, and then get on a payment plan.
And that's why we got all these packages. This is for our homeless journey. We're gonna save money living in a tent.
So y'all could go to a new hotel and not pay rent there either. I don't think them people living out there. Why not just sleep in your car? Because it look like y'all got a nice car. Y'all could have just did that. It's people that make content living out their cars and traveling to different places and things of that nature, and y'all just willingly choosing to stay in a tent. Make that make sense. As always, remember that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Stay blessed.